I remember where we left off. Oh yes, we're going to. Oh, hi mom. We're checking our phone.
Wait, where's my cell phone? Did I leave it in my backpack? Oh no.
What?
My cell phone. I left my cell phone at the hotel.
Are you sure?
Yes, I looked everywhere. It's not in the glove box. It's not in my backpack. I don't have the charger either. I must have left it on the charger at the hotel.
Oh, hold on. I had to turn the volume down because I could hear it duplicating. This scared me. So give me just a second.
We have to go back and get it.
Tess, we have been driving for over an hour already. We are not driving all the way back to the motel just so you can have your phone for one day.
You don't understand. It might be gone if we don't go back for it.
I'm sure it'll be in the motel lost and found. We can pick it up on the way home.
Mom, we have to turn around. We haven't been driving for an hour.
Yes, we have. We left 1 hour and 18 minutes ago.
Well, we can drive faster on the way back.
I am not breaking the speed limit and getting pulled over and getting a ticket because you can't wait till tonight to get
I wouldn't have left my phone there if it wasn't for you. You were lying to me, and I was so distracted. And now you won't even go back. And
Hold on. I was lying to you? When was I lying to you?
you didn't tell me we could stay with August. Why would you just lie to me and say August was unwilling to help us?
I didn't lie. She doesn't want to help. Helping would be buying the house, and when I asked, she said no.
But she offered to let us stay with her.
A million reasons why that's a bad idea.
At least we'd be sleeping in a bed and not a car.
We aren't gonna sleep in the car. I'll figure something out.
Aren't you concerned? We have no plan. You have no plan.
I have a plan. Money might be tight, but it's not like I don't have a job.
Why don't you like August? I want to know what her and
Why don't
August
you like
thing
August?
is.
Excuse me? Where did you get that idea?
You always act like she's a pain when she's just trying to help. It's like you're jealous of her.
First of all, I am not jealous of her. It's a lot easier to make money when you live by yourself, especially if you're so far away. Your own family is an afterthought. I had to do all the work for Grandma. August just stayed in Chicago.
You're making her sound so selfish. She's not like that.
You've never lived with her, Tess. It's not gonna be like your little vacation. August thinks she knows what's best for everyone. I can't be around someone like that every day.
Wow, I can't imagine what that feels like. Do you think you're the only person with problems and the rest of us are just running around doing whatever? You're exhausting. No wonder Dad left.
Don't bring your dad into this.
Why not? Why can't we talk about Dad? Actually talk about Dad for once. The divorce,
I don't want to have this discussion right now.
Fine.
Mom's
You wanna
hiding
have
so
this
much
discussion?
stuff.
I'll just find out when I go to Nevada.
What?
When I see Dad when I go next month.
You're not going to Nevada next month.
Yes, I am. I already have the tickets.
What do you mean? With what money?
From my business, I'm going.
From your business. I can't believe you. That you would go behind my back?
If you just told me what was happening, I wouldn't have to. I wouldn't have to ask Dad to tell me the truth.
The truth? Please. Oh, so that's what this is all about, huh? You want to know what's the truth? Fine. Here's the truth. The divorce wasn't mutual. I divorced him. Your father announced he was going to Reno to become a full-time gambler and expected me to say, "Oh, sure, honey, feel free to abandon me and my daughter and dying mother to try out your next get-rich-quick scheme." What?
Oh.
What kind of person
We're
would
learning
think
all sorts
marriage
of
could
stuff.
work with that kind of distance? So then I have to be the bad guy, just like always, He gets to run away and be the fun parent, and I have to be the mean mom and do all the work. So I divorced him. I'm sure he's just as proud of his new job as I am, and that's why you're hearing about it now. So sure, go to Nevada,
No.
ask him all about it. I'm sure he'll tell you the truth.
Not only did I lose my phone, but I got in a fight with Mom. This sucks. I guess we're just going to sit here in silence until we get to the stupid houseboat. What fun road trip this trip. That was sarcastic.
It's a dead end.
It's not a dead end. We just have to get out and walk.
Where, Tess?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I think it's through here. Thanks for the help, by the way.
Look, I know you're upset. We both are. Let's just get in, see what we can find about Pierre, and get out. Before I change my mind.
Agreed.
Well, it looks like we finally made it to the houseboat we saw in the picture, most likely owned by the mystery man, aka Pierre the True. Whatever we find here better be worth it.
Lautrec! That's the name of the mystery man. Think he's got mail? Guess we'll never know. It's locked anyway.
Maybe that's for the best. Tampering with other people's mail is illegal.
We found a mailbox. Well, since this is very abandoned, I'm sure nobody's gonna care if we tamper with his mail. Just saying. All docked vessels must be removed prior to October 1st, 1974 due to scheduled completion of St. Jude River Dam project.
Pierre! Pierre was here.
Looks like we're on the right track.
Please remember... Oh. Closer look. Don't see anything. I love this game, though. I love the art style of this game.
How are we supposed to get on board?
Maybe there's something around here we can use.
Want to get across the boat, but jump that gap. We're going to break our shin bones. Maybe there's something across to get... Something around to get across. Wow. Oh, because they built the dam. I'm like... No, visible barrier. Love invisible barriers. Okay. Can we use... We're gonna jump across?
This is so
Looks
stupid.
like...
We're trespassing. We need to go back home.
But we...
If you
No.
fall off and break your neck, Tess. Or who knows what's even in that boat. Or if the floorboards are all rotted, or...
You're getting
But
nervous,
we're already
Mama.
here. And the trailer home...
Mobile home.
The mobile home was fine. I just think... If we go back now, what's the point? Don't you want to know what happened to Grandma? To find Pierre?
Okay, fine. You stay here, and I'll see what I can find.
No, you can't go in without me.
Don't tell me what I can't do, Tess. No matter how grown up you think you might be, I'm still your mother.
You're right. I'm sorry. We've done all of this so far together. I just don't want to give that up.
All right. We'll do it together, but I should go first.
No, I should go.
No way! What if you fall off?
I could say the same to you. I should go first.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna let my poor, aged mother walk across a rickety bridge before
Oh,
I'm sure
Des.
it's safe.
Let's flip a coin. Call it heads or tails.
Tails.
Always tails. That's how you guys will always win a
I've
coin flip
lost?
against me.
In a manner
I
of
always pick
speaking.
tails.
After you.
All right.
Always pick tails.
Here I go.
Careful.
Not very climactic.
Not quite as scary as I thought.
Yeah, this thing is pretty sturdy. Especially for just sitting out here for a few decades. Let's hope we can say the same for the rest of the boat.
Chips, beer.
It's locked. This must be where the money is.
I seriously doubt that, but regardless, we'll have to...
Can I just kick it in?
I'd say you're free to try, but I don't want you hurting yourself.
How sturdy can it be? Ow. All right, pretty sturdy.
Oh, I forgot we're still on the bootlegger money. Pierre's office. Whatever's in there could blow the lid off this whole thing. Of course it's locked. Oh, Gentleman's Magazine.
Wow, cool.
Tess, don't touch that!
Why not? It's just as grimy as anything else in this boat. Plus, I want to find out what the winter campus fashions were in 1968.
You don't know where that's been.
It's literally been right here for 30 years.
I mean before that. Like... Never mind. And I think it was fringed jackets.
The winter campus fashions in 1968?
And patterned tights. But really? Put that down.
Oh, come on. It's not a... It's only a sleazy... It's only... You know.
Wow, this is from when Grandma was really young.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this one.
You look a lot like her.
Really? I always thought I looked more like my father.
Maybe you were just imagining things?
What? Oh, you mean because he might not have been my father? I suppose I can see the resemblance now that I think about it.
You have her smile.
I was surprised to receive another letter from you so soon. A houseboat, it's romantic thought. Living right on the water, but you don't suppose it would be a bit small for us two and the two children, including teenager? Could you avert me before making the decision? We are still waiting for the heat to die down. We're all excited for our new life afresh. I have begun to rack up worries. How will the children react with all they've already been through? What do you suppose my parents will think? And us just disappearing. My poor mother, she already lost a son-in-law. Won't people come looking for us? Are you sure there's no other way?
A letter from Grandma.
Can you imagine if my mother had actually moved us up here to stay?
I'd be Canadian.
You wouldn't even exist.
Whoa. What?
Well, who knows if I would have had a daughter if my whole life had changed back then. I certainly wouldn't have met your father.
Wow. So, this is like looking into an alternate reality. I'd like to live in another reality.
Like what?
One where you and Dad were still together? I mean, I just wish you two were able to work things out.
Well, it's not possible. There's no way to that reality from here.
Even the mom seems very upset by that fact. But can you blame her? Like, literally. You know, like, can you blame her? Her husband tells her that he's gonna go be a gambler.
Cool. Nobody to spy on, though.
Received from Pierre in exchange for a houseboat.
$3,000 for a houseboat?
Are you saying that's a lot or a little?
A little? Only $3,000 for a boat you can live on? It's a house and a boat. That's two whole things for just $3,000. Some people don't even have one thing.
It does seem like he probably got a pretty good deal.
Do you think the boat had something wrong with it?
Maybe Pierre just drove a hard bargain.
Could be.
Boy, really getting into the sea captain persona, aren't we? Did the boat ever even leave this dock?
Well, it could have. We can't go downstairs. So can we go outside and around? Flare gun.
This.
That's definitely me. That's definitely me. He even bought stuff for the girls. Please. Okay, wait. Please don't go on about these silly ideas in my head. My concerns are far from silly. They affect us all. We will have everything we could hope for, but I'm not the one who decided to run off across the border and have a silly little Helen pick up her entire life and her children's life at the drop of a hat to follow, no matter how much money was involved. I hope for things the money can't buy. Treasure friendships I've had since I was a girl, my relationships with my parents, siblings, satisfying work where I get help from people. My children grow up in the loving company of their grandparents and their friends. These are things you asked me to give up for what? Isolation, an unfamiliar place, a leaky boat, money spent on what? What does it matter if everything else is lost, Helen?
You tell him, Grandma.
Yeah, not one to mince words.
All those years of writing advice columns paid off, I guess. Kinda nice that she was thinking about you guys, too. Not just uprooting your life, dumping you in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I can't imagine what it would have been like to grow up here.
You'd have to learn French.
Sacre bleu.
Oh no, it's already happening.
But he bought gifts for the girls. Like, I'm kind of starting to feel
Oh,
for...
it's for 4 players. Sorry, Pierre.
I'm kind of starting to feel for Pierre, because Pierre thought he was doing the right thing. Look, he even went out of the way to make a room for the girls. So he did want the girls to be here. He wanted them to be here with him. Yeah, so yeah, he wanted the girls to be here.
Boy, he really burned through it.
I can't imagine just spending $40,000 on nothing.
Well, some of it was on this boat.
Yeah, seems like he really loved it.
Can you imagine Grandma living here?
Can you imagine August living here?
Maybe then she would have been a famous painter, because she would have, like, had to paint a bunch of stuff to make it less ugly.
For sure.
and you and Grandma would have had to fish every day.
This is a very tempting scene you're painting.
I'm imagining something like Little House on the Prairie, but on a boat.
Little houseboat on the river?
Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, I kind of feel for Pierre though, because it looks like Pierre really wanted the girls to be here. You know what I mean? Portion of local. Oh, was he a bad boy though? Local and state police are looking for a group of thieves who made off with undisclosed amount of cash taken from clients' clothier in burglary Saturday night. According to state police, men broke into the store around 1:20 a.m., dismantled the store safe, taking the money bag before fleeing. There were no witnesses. We are encouraging local business to deposit all their cash to their bank at the end of each business day. Until the burglars have been apprehended, it's too risky to leave money in the store overnight. Michigan State Police have set up an anonymous tip line for any information. Oh, so it was
The burglary ring! Mom, Grandma's boyfriend here was a bank robber. Why else would he have this?
Maybe my mother sent it to him.
For what?
To keep him abreast of current events?
Oh, come on, Mom. Grandma had a thing going with a bank robber. How cool is that?
Well, okay, they didn't rob any banks. It was the jewelry counters at department stores and things like that.
Department store robber doesn't quite have the same ring to it.
And it wasn't
True.
robbery, it was burglary.
What's the difference?
A robbery is when you take something from someone under duress. A burglary, you take it when they're unaware, I think.
You think?
Listen, it's been a while since I've brushed up on my criminology.
And why are they so sure it was men?
What?
It says the men broke into the store, but there were no witnesses. So how do they know it was men?
You're thinking lady robbers.
Like Catwoman.
I like it. Very cinematic.
Do you think Grandma could have helped?
Are you seriously asking if I think my mother was an accomplice in all this?
Why not?
Why not?
She had 2 kids at home, and I just don't see it.
Seems like there were a lot about Grandma you weren't seeing.
Excuse me?
Ugh.
Am I wrong?
Maybe
Yeah, I was
not.
about to say. Like, technically, she's not wrong. You know what I mean? Like, technically, she's not wrong. Because she didn't know that she might have a different dad. You know what I mean? That her dad might not actually be her dad. You know? Like, just making sure there's nothing in there. Because we don't know. We're unraveling this story about Grandma right now. Oh. Drinks a lot.
Wow. That is a lot to spend on whiskey.
$45?
A lot for back then, I mean. Whiskey was more expensive then, too. Plus, judging from the state of
Hi,
this
Minnie.
place, this was probably a reoccurring order.
Jeez, slow it down, Pierre.
I don't think he was handling my mother's change of heart too well.
With this amount of booze, it doesn't look like he was handling anything too well.
Listen, let's just get back to it. It's cold in this busted old boat.
Attention, every... Oh, man, what? This doesn't work. Should have seen that coming.
Okay, so we were trying to figure out how to get into the office. We were looking for a key. So that takes us back to the beginning. Okay, we're trying to figure out how to get in the office. I'm alive. I slept very long time today, which I never do. I usually never sleep that long. But I was out cold, so. Just trying to see. We're looking for a key. Oh. Oh, right there. I usually, if I get up like kind of person, but then I woke up with a shitty ass headache because I slept so long. Oh shit, I forgot to read it. Oh no, I don't know what it says.
So I guess that's it. Grandma had enough time on her own. Without Grandpa, without Pierre. She realized she liked things better that way.
Can you blame her?
I didn't get to read the letter.
No, not at all. It was her chance to have her own independence. And who would want to give up their whole life, everything they know, just for some guy and some money?
People have done worse for less.
Yeah, but Grandma had a pretty good life, didn't she? Her advice column, her art, her kids, her house. Maybe she just needed a little time to herself to realize how good she had it.
Okay, so let's read the letter. I've received your latest letter, and this is my final response. You said you did this all for me, but you didn't. Everything you've done, you did for yourself. You're the one who was unsatisfied with our home, our income, and always wanted more. You were the one who made decisions to get more money through reckless, illegal means. You were the one who decided to run to Canada to save your own skin without even telling me until it was too late to do anything but follow along. I'm not following anymore. You say that these are your kids too. Of course they are, but they are my children as well. I'm here with them every day, comforting their grief, trying to console them over the loss of their father, trying my very hardest to keep up the ruse. But I'm getting used to it. Used to doing things my own, used to speaking for myself. To live this new life, I'm regaining my footing. I'm starting to feel okay.
Looks like a mailbox key.
Oh, I was hoping that would turn up.
I swear, you could be so nosy sometimes.
I have to open drawers like amnesia. Alright, let's go see the mailbox. Which is all the way over here.
Looks like Pierre tried to mail this, but he messed up the postage or something. Let's crack this bad boy open.
Wait, opening other people's mail? I don't know, Tess.
Come on.
if this guy was your real father, you're his next of kin, so it's fine.
Is that how that works?
I don't know, probably. Makes sense to me.
I suppose you have a point.
Let's see what we've got here.
Unclaimed, no such address, insufficient postage. Okay. But next. To whom it may concern, I confess my kabok. Oh! He confessed to the burger. I worked the property inspector for Greene County over 10 years. At a poker game in 1966, I was approached by a man interested in trading blueprints and my knowledge for cash. He and a few others targeted department stores and other businesses that carry a large amount of cash overnight. The relationship developed and I became more and more involved. I was given 10% of the proceeds from the robberies in exchange for information on how they could avoid detection. As the time went on, the stores they chose to hit became riskier and riskier. I had no way to back out of the arrangement, so they had threatened not only my safety, but my family's as well. Seeing no other option, I falsified a death certificate with papers I lifted from the county office. I left my wife and daughters to cross the border under an assumed name, giving them instructions to follow me. They never did, and I regret having asked them to. With what little of my stolen profits remain, I have destroyed. My wife, Helen, knew nothing of my crimes until it was too late. She went along with the story of my death because she had no other choice. She is innocent. My decision involves myself in a series of crimes that was mine alone. I have asked only that you leave my wife and daughters alone. This is my confession, Leonard Lamasse.
So Pierre was my dad?
He wrote this whole confession, but it never made it. It's been here ever since.
I can't believe it.
Well, it says right there.
No, I mean rhetorically, Tess. Jeez.
Right.
So my mother wasn't having an affair at all. Or whatever this would have been.
Not except with Grandpa's secret identity.
So my father hadn't died. When we thought he'd had a heart attack. He was just here. On this dock. We never got to know him. He was just a car ride away. August and I suffered over something that never even happened.
It kind of did happen, though,
It kind
didn't
of
it?
did happen, though, didn't it? As far as you knew, it did. You lived with that your whole life, so to you, it did.
I can't believe I can't believe he just abandoned us. All this time, he was here. He gave up his family, his children.
For an old boat and some booze.
I wish I could have talked to him. Just one more time. And my mother living a lie for the rest of her life. I can't even imagine. I just wish I could have talked to her about it. While she was alive.
Wow, the plot has definitely thickened in this.
Wish you could have been there for her?
Yeah. If we could have just... She didn't have to carry all this alone. I can't believe she would do that to us, lie to us, her
The
whole
plot has
life.
plotted. Exactly.
Why didn't she say anything? Even when we were all grown up.
Maybe she was trying to protect you.
Yeah, maybe. August was so little. But I was old enough to know the truth. I just wish we would have talked.
So,
Well, this is
it? He spent
this
all
is-
his money, tried to send this confession, and disappeared, and he never came back? Do you think he could still be alive?
I don't know. Honestly, I honestly don't care. It doesn't really matter, does it? Either way, he's gone.
You don't want to keep going? Maybe we could find...
No, I think we found enough.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Mom.
He pretended to die. But he really just left me, like everyone else.
I didn't leave you.
Well, maybe not yet. But your dad...
I thought you said you were the one who kicked Dad out.
I mean... Well, it wasn't quite like that. I guess... Listen. I'll give you the full story in the car.
Finally.
I'm freezing out here.
Yeah, me too.
Let's get the whole story.
Tess, thanks for doing this. For coming with me.
Of course.
And for pushing me to find out what happened.
Just doing my job.
I know I haven't been the best mom lately. But I am so lucky to have such an incredible, kind,
Oh, Mom.
beautiful, hardworking...
Stop. You'll make me cry.
just such an amazing daughter.
Love you,
No.
Mom.
That's actually, like, really
I
touching.
love you too, honey.
That was actually really touching. Peer pressure, explore the houseboat. Alright, Mom.
Hey, Mom. I was thinking about something. I wonder what Grandma would say about all this.
Good question. What do you think?
I don't think she'd be too happy. Now, girls, I hid those private things away so people wouldn't find them. I don't know why you couldn't leave well enough alone. Well, if you didn't want people to find it, maybe you should have gotten rid of it. Well, okay. Maybe I did want you to find it. A little bit.
So you
That's
asked about
actually...
what happened with me and Dad.
Okay, this is what I want to know.
Well, your dad, you know, was always looking for the next thing. Always had a new idea to try that was gonna fix all his problems, our problems. And for a while, it was the video store. And then that sales thing, and then he decided that he was gonna be a professional poker player.
Is that what you meant by full-time gambler?
Yeah. I mean, not really a gambler. He's not playing with his own money. It's all tournaments and stuff. They're playing as a sport.
That's actually
That's
kind of
insane.
insane.
Didn't anybody tell him the house always wins?
Oh, I did. But this isn't playing poker against the house. It's against other players. There is no house. Believe me, I heard all his justifications. There were plenty.
And even though he's been gone for a couple years, he's never told me why he's really out there. Why wouldn't he tell me?
Maybe deep down, he's not so proud of it.
Maybe he just didn't want to tell me till after he'd hit it big? So he chose right when Grandma really started getting sick and we moved in to take care of her, to go off and follow his dream? He must really like poker.
He likes it.
I'm
But
having
I
a
wouldn't
snack.
say that's the real reason he left. The split came at a really hard time. The theater was doing worse, and I was spending all my time there. Then your grandmother started really declining and needed more and more help. I think when I decided we needed to move in with her, to care for her, well, being a full-time caretaker for his mother-in-law was not something your father ever signed up for. So he left for Nevada. He wanted to stay married. Said we could make it work. But by that time...
It was already over.
Yeah, exactly. I realized that this was a pattern that would never really end. Do you blame me for ending it?
No.
No, I get it. You needed his
I actually
support, and you
respect
just
her on this
ran away.
slot.
Kind of forced your hand.
Yeah, kind of.
That sucks, Mom. But I do miss him. I'm sorry for buying the tickets.
Oh,
I should have talked to you first. I guess I thought, I don't know, that Dad, explain everything to me in a way that made sense, and that he was living some great life out there.
no, you shouldn't apologize. I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. I guess I was embarrassed. That I would have married such a ding-dong. Professional gambler. I didn't want to have to say it out loud. But I guess you can't keep running away from your problems forever.
Now I have these tickets and I don't know what to do.
You
I
should
think
still
you
go.
should go.
To Reno?
Yeah. I think it would be good for you to hear his side of the story. We may not always get along, but he's not a bad guy.
Hi,
And you
Boba
guys have
Fett.
a good relationship. You should spend some time with him. I think it'd be good for both of you.
Are you sure, Mom?
Yeah, I'm sure. But it's not over Thanksgiving, right?
Oh God, no. And Miss August mac and cheese? Fat chance. I'm proud of you, Mom.
For what?
What do you mean, for what? You're kick-ass. How many moms would stop packing up their house to drive their daughter all over Michigan to search for a family secret? Or
Exactly.
run their own business, run a community theater. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right, all right. Maybe not the brightest idea from a financial perspective, but it is pretty cool. Thanks, honey. That means a lot. And speaking of businesses, that's pretty impressive that you made enough money to buy a plane ticket.
Yeah, it's exciting that people are willing to pay me to design websites.
Well, I've seen what you can do, and you do a great job.
Thanks, Mom.
I'm serious. When I saw your web stuff, I mean, I don't always know what I'm looking at, but I know it looks good.
No.
Thanks.
An artist's eye, just like your grandma.
And
It's
my
like
mom.
me and my mom.
But maybe it skipped over my aunt.
Come on, her painting wasn't that bad. Well, I guess I always imagined that you'd go to Ford like Grandma and me. It's silly, but it's not fair of me. God knows I didn't do everything my mom wanted me to do.
Like doing Kurt? Like seeing Kurt?
Seeing Kurt?
Yeah, exactly. Amongst many other things. But yeah, it's hard to let go, to see you as an adult, and not just my baby girl.
Mom.
You were so cute back then, even cuter than now.
Stop.
And you had the biggest head. Everyone said it. Everyone said, that's the baby with the biggest head.
Bowling ball head. The bowling ball baby.
Yep. And it was all your dad. On my side, we all have perfect, tiny little heads. Like golf balls.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think about the whole August thing?
Moving in with her?
Yeah. I guess it's a big decision, moving to Chicago.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Would you want to move in with her?
It seems like a good choice. It seems like a good choice.
Even if it's just for a while, at least we'd have a place to stay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Are you worried about the theater? Or my school?
These days I'm worried about everything, but I'm confident too. Confident we can figure it out.
Yeah.
We've been through so much this last year. You've been through so much. I have to have faith that we'll continue to make things work.
Yeah. Me too.
You gotta
I
be
will
strong
say-
about this.
August's house is pretty nice.
Her bathtub is the size of my bedroom.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be worth it for the bathtub alone.
Girls.
We should call August and tell her about all this.
Oh, hey August, guess what? Our dad really is our dad.
You can sleep easy. We're not French Canadian after all.
story, and even though everybody thinks it's very morbid, the story about when my mom had her stroke. The first thing she told me, and I'm not making fun of her because she could not. After you have a stroke, you cannot speak correctly. So it's not. The first thing she said to me was, "Are you scared?" And the first thing I said back to her, in front of a room full of nurses, was, "Are you scared?" And she started laughing. The nurses probably thought it was weird that I was talking to my mom like that. But I get it though. Because I'm literally not afraid to go talk to her about anything. Like, if there's something that's bothering me or something I need to just get off my chest, I'll go talk to her about it. The only thing I can't talk to my mom about is guy problems. Because I feel weird telling my mom about my guy problems. And that's probably my age. But no, this game was a different level for me because, like, I connected a lot more. It was a lot more deeper for me. Because I chose the answers, Tessa's answers, based off what I would say to my own mom. So, yeah, because I would be blunt about it, you know, and she would be blunt back. So, like, yeah, those are definitely Jesse answers. Those would have definitely been Jesse answers. But the art, I love the art. That was probably my favorite. Like, the story was great because that's really cool that we found out all this stuff about Grandma and Grandpa. I always love stories like that. I love a lot of books like that. You guys know how many books I read. So of course I love stuff like that. There was not enough sass though. I'm not always sassy. Sometimes I'm pretty quiet. Not totally like you at all, right? Sometimes I can be quiet. Just depends on the day. Some days I want to fight, and some days I'm just like, yeah, okay. You know, like, no extra. Ouch! I just smacked my headset. I'm sorry. Only days finishing a day. No, I promise I can be quiet some days. Just don't ask Kendra, because Kendra gets me at the worst, sadly. Because Kendra gets me when I'm mad at work, when I'm having problems. Because Kendra's like the closest thing I have to an IRL friend. Besides Judy and Deshra. You know, I can always talk to them too. But poor Kendra's probably the one that gets the worst, because we're closer in age. We relate a lot more on things. So she probably gets the worst one. So you can't ask Kendra, because Kendra would be like, she's just fucking weird all the time. I just can't believe we were that close to finishing this. I'm kind of mad we just didn't finish it the other day. But that's okay. We're going to go through the credits, because every time I don't think there's anything at the end of the credits or something at the end of the credits. So, is she? Probably Harvey, huh? Harvey's her main man. I know her a little too well. I can't think of a joke for her today. My brain had no jokes. My brain had no jokes for her. So we'll wait for the credits to end here. Like, oh, I gotta do this one. Oh my gosh, I have one for Nini. Oh my gosh, I have one for Nini. Nini, I have a joke for you. Wait. Where's Nini? Nini! I'll read it to you guys here in just a second as I put it in chat. Why could Pam not afford any more alcohol? She only had a penny. Because Penny is the name of her daughter. There we go. I figure I got a Stardew Valley joke. I had to. I had to. I had to. It wouldn't be normal if I didn't give her a joke. Oh. Oh no. I got another one. I got another one. Shit. I can't help myself. Okay, no more jokes. No more jokes to Nini. I had to. I had to. That was too good. That was too good. That was too good. I had to though.
Does it show you when the stream or when the ad is done?
Poor Nini. She's probably like, Jesus Christ, Jess. Go fucking do your own stream. Leave me alone. Sorry, YouTube, when I post this later, you guys are going to be like, why were you harassing Nini in her own stream? Because that is what streamers do. If you do not go harass someone else in their own stream, what are you doing with your life? And not harass in a bad way. Let's clarify that first. Because live reactions are so much better. Thanks for playing. Thanks for making the game. I knew it wasn't a super long game, but I'm kind of sad that we just didn't finish it the other day. Oh, nothing else. And it does have the chapter selection. I was hoping maybe there would be 2 parts where we went and talked to her dad. But yeah, that's the end of that one. So what I'm going to do real fast is bring down stream and switch games. So yeah, give me just a second.